Okay, what's good, family? Wanted to do real quick DMX numerology and his life and how he, just his whole numerical setup of how things happen with him. DMX 12/18/1970. We know that this is under the sign of Sagittarius. Now, when we know about the Sagittarius, the Sagittarius is a man with a horse body with an arrow shooting upward. These people are high achievers. Sagittariuses are high achievers. They really go after it. Now, Sagittarius is a fire sign. Sagittarius is mutable fire. That means it can, it's mutable fire. That's what you should know about it. Now, on top of that, with Sagittarius being a fire sign, the number 9, which is his birth date, which is 18, 1 and 8 is 9. This is a fire number. Now, people who have this 9, 18, 27th, people who have that 9, these people are naturally going to have a fire to them, especially if they're coming under a fire sign. That's double fire. So fire sign, fire number, and his life path number, when you add these numbers up, you get 29, and then you get 11, and you never reduce the master number. You never reduce the life path number to single when it's 11. So that's a life path number 11. Now, people who have this number 9, I'm going back to this, is that they have they have to be very careful with burns, because 9 is a fire number. They have to be careful with fire, of course. Accidents. DMX was hit by a drunk driver when he was young. Suffered minor injuries, but still, people who number 9, they have accidents, cuts. They have to be careful with knives, guns, bruises. You can look at DMX's face and see the bruises and cuts on his face from his rough childhood growing up, from his mother abusing him, as well as her different boyfriends. He would get in fights with his different boyfriends to get abused by them as well. So with DMX passing on 4/9/2021, just the other day, we see that Aries is a fire sign, and he leaves out on a number 9, again, a fire number. So this is very not coincidental, because he had a fire. We all felt the fire of DMX. We felt his energy. I went and seen DMX perform before, and he had a very live, fiery performance, but then again, he would break right down into crying, into tears, and do a prayer, and then go right back to being, so he had a pure heart. You can hear it in his voice, the pain in his voice. He was speaking through his heart. Now, another thing with DMX in his younger life, we got the earth, the stray dogs. He was definitely, he gravitated to stray dogs because he was like a stray dog. That's what he found a relation with stray dogs, because he himself felt the same way. So he actually found out and put that later on in his talent as an artist. These people are artistic too, and they are very world impact. They want to make a world impact, and they don't need nothing in return. They will sacrifice and do things, and they won't need anything in return. Now, DMX, he was born on a Friday, and in Africa they would say that's Kofi. And they would call you Kofi if you're born on a Friday. They have different names for that. Now, his mother had 2 stillborn children after DMX, 2 sons too, which is very interesting that He was the last of his mother, and two other attempts failed. Now, one thing with the life of DMX, he only blew up when he got 28 years. I think it was 28 before he got a record deal. At the time, when the 90s and things like that, we look at Tupac was very young when he passed away, 23, I believe it was. Biggie, very young, but they had been rapping all earlier. You know, people was like 16, 17, 18, 19 years old rapping and doing that thing, whereas DMX came late in the game because the number 9, again, they are late bloomers. They have a late bloomer effect to them. Now, speaking of the stray dogs, where my dog's at, a stray dog is a canine. Dogs are canines. We see the number 9 in canine. Like I said before, we see the number 9 in melanin, because there's 9 shades of black. You know, blue, black, all the way to very light-skinned people we have in the shades of melanin. Now, just wanted to see how everything was so coincidental. And remember, there's no such thing as coincident. With DMX coming in on a fire sign under a fire number and leaving out under a fire sign on a fire number again. So we just want to say rest in peace to the ancestor DMX and let him rise in power. Peace and blessings, family.